What's up, Knights of X? I hope you guys are ready for a brand new Grand Arena season. I just hopped off my live stream for my alt account, and I found out a lot about this current meta and what's going to work going forward and what's not going to work. So I want to recap everything from the stream that I just did in a video for you today for specific counters that are going to help you get through and get by in the first couple rounds of the season. Now, a lot of these are first attempts, and hopefully they're consistent, but I want to show you guys that this could help you in a pinch if you don't know exactly what to do in the next couple of matches. So, I performed on Goth Mommy Sexy Vexy, my second endgame account, and a lot of trial and error. A lot of things were working and things weren't working, so we got to face Balin with his Focus Datacron, Parking Hondo with Vane, Spider Maul with Stranger, and a maxed out Focus Datacron in 3v3. A bunch of stuff that I was able to figure out and test, the new clones, all in a video format for you today. So what I'm going to do, what I have done, is I have it all recapped for you in one motion. I'm going to play it on 2x speed, and I'll pause the videos on each battle to show you the Datacron or what I worked with and just go by the battle process by process. So what we're going to do is I have it all ready for us in a file format. So over here, we're going to start with the first battle. Power King Hondo with Vane and OG Hondo with the Vane Datacron. Here's the thing. This Datacron had a 25% turn meter level 3 with a also 100% turn meter gain and a cooldown reset level 6. So the Wordy Scoundrel 6. All of that is turned off practically with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Hux as a third unit to Darkseid Ray, because Hux with advantage is going to shut down all turn meter gain from the enemy team. So those level 3s and 6s are all null and void. So we're going to play the gameplay right now of everything that I did tonight. So I think the most important thing for this battle is stun lock and control Vane. Is OG Hondo a issue? Absolutely. But I think the most important part is to keep him stun locked. So that means whenever your stun is available, without, doing it too quickly, make sure you stun him always, because he's going to hit way harder and be way more dangerous than OG Hondo. And now over here, you're going to see I did a very early ultimate because I want to reset my cooldowns to make sure I can get that stun back up and running to control him even more. So over here, I'm debating what I should do. I go for another stun. I think it's the most important thing. There I go for a Siphon. I know that I can afford to hold a stun for another turn. I think there was one opportunity in this battle where he was able to get unstunned for a second, but he never actually was able to attack. But here, as you can see here, I keep ulting on the early side. I'm not waiting for full ultimate. I want to make sure I can see right there. He was out of stun. I timed it up perfectly, and I was able to stun him right then and there. But over here, this ends up being pretty easy. And Darkseid Ray hits pretty hard in 3v3. And look at this, guys. This ends up being almost a full banner win. Look at that. 66 banners versus Power King Hondo. Cannot go wrong with that. So that was amazing. Now, next team that we got to talk about. Stranger, Starkiller, and Spider Maul. This team is tough. This team is absolutely no joke. I failed a bunch with a couple of different teams prior to this. Some of them have potential. Some of them I think absolutely not. So, tried Balin with his Focus Datacron. He got put in damage immunity without even moving. So, I don't know how consistent that's going to be. I'm not going to say it's an absolute fail. There was one opportunity where I felt like I could have killed Starkiller, but I don't think I was ever going to win the battle. So, Balin Focus Datacron failed. I tried JML. I had a lot of potential. I don't think I did the right play. I also didn't have the right stats on my Datacron. I could have probably had a better level 6 for the Mercenary. I had the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis level 9. I got close, but I couldn't get it done. Starkiller got to ultimate and wiped me out. I tried Dark Trooper Moff Gideon with the Moff Gideon level 9. That was not even close. Honestly, I don't even think I took a turn that battle, so I do not recommend that. I might have taken one turn. Might not have been the best move, but I don't know. But we have to talk about this, because this surprised me, and I'm so happy I kept it on offense. Bad Batch. Bad Batch with Omega, Hunter, and Crosshair, and the Crosshair level 9. So what I'm working with here is a Lightside Max Tether Protection 3, Wordy Bad Batch 6, and the Crosshair 9. This stunned me. I hope this is consistent for the whole season. So I'm going to show you the gameplay. This is so fun. So over here, I'm thinking of my strategy. Like, okay, it's already looking pretty bad with Omega going already in captive. And I'm like, okay, great. Maybe we're going to get cooked immediately. So Crosshair goes. He removes his Shaken stacks on himself. And we're doing pretty good. Now I'm calling him to assist. He's able to attack and get a hit. And now he's at 0 stacks of Shaken. We get to the big hit here. Almost one-shot him. He does his middle ability instead of a basic. Over there, he's dead. Look at this. Now I'm targeting Starkiller. Big assist here. Double hit. Boom. Massive, massive damage. Omega comes back. and that's a win. That's a win. I would have lost 2 banners, so that was multiple attempts because I kept failing, as you're gonna, all the teams that I mentioned. That is a phenomenal win and great value. If you can beat this consistently with Bad Batch against Stranger Maul in 3v3, the Bad Batch have been notorious for being very, very bad in 3v3. This is massive, so I'm happy that the investment towards them and this Datacron is somewhat good. And I hope, like I said, I hope it's consistent. I had someone on stream tell me they tried it and they put the fracture on Crosshair and it went to poop, but we're going to have to play trial and error, maybe a modding thing, maybe RNG. We're going to find out. But that was a great win. Next up, I had big questions for this, and I kind of knew that going into it that Nihilus with this Focus Datacron looks really good, sounds good on paper, but with Maz Kanata at the helm, it's just not even close. So over here, I went with Ethano and SM33. I went with a tank revive. It didn't really matter. I had the Ethano level 9, but the damage is too much. So what I did here is I tried to avoid the AoEs until I killed Nihilus first and then Scion. And then over here, I go for Treya. It's a full banner win. Not hard at all. So Maz is still going to walk right over Treya's Kron and Nihilus' Focus Datacron. Maz Kanata is easy as day. Next up, we have Darth Vader Dual Zen with his Focus Datacron at 15 with Palpatine and Mara Jade. And I didn't recommend it in my 3v3 video because I didn't think this would be the best Kron for defense. But on offense, replace IG-90 with IG-88 and put the IG-88 Kron at level 9. It works the same exact way as it would in 5v5. So, cooldown reduction 3. I think I have the Wordy Bounty Hunter 6 that gives offense, and the level 9 is IG-88. Practically, if your BT1 is getting a bunch of crits, you're going to be getting this crazy Terminator loop where you're getting constant turns over and over and over. So this is pretty good value. They are at Relic 7, the enemy team, but even if they were at Relic 8, Relic 9, I still think it'd be absolutely fine. But I'm going to show you guys the gameplay. So over here, starts out the same way in 5v5. You do the cooldown increase and the doubt, get your spawn up. BT does his AoE, gets a crit, do a basic, and now the resets to start to occur. They never take a turn, I believe. It's just... Problem is, it's a 54. That's the only downfall to the battle, but I think that's going to be really good value for Aphra versus Darth Vader Dual Zen because that team is nasty scary. To be able to pull this off that easy without them moving with this team, I think is good value. And it doesn't require IG-90, so if you don't have him at high relic or gear, you're absolutely fine. Next thing was Commander Cody clones with Captain Rex and Kicks. Actually, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I tried OG Night Sisters to try to get like a cheese going. It didn't work out for me. They completely gunned down Marin, and it was not close. So I thought to myself, there's quite a bit of Terminator gains in their kits. Maybe I can get Tuskens to work. I have them on offense, and we'll give it a shot. So this was a maxed out Cody focused Datacron. My Tuskens are 2 at Relic 7, 1 at Relic 5 Tusken Raider. And the Kron I had was only a level 3. Nothing higher than that. The stats were Armor Pen, a little health, and the level 3 was gaining Terminator on a special ability for Darkside allies. So I'm going to show you guys the gameplay. Takes a little bit of time here. So you're going to see they do hit us kind of hard in some situations, but you're going to see they're going to get stunned. The dots are going to start to apply. They will revive because of the level 3 from kicks. They get like 3 stacks of Endure. They can't be insta-killed. It's quite interesting, but as you can see, they do hit kind of hard, and you see the AoEs are starting to pop us a little bit. But as long as, Tusken Raider, they can't kill your other Tuskens, you're fine. Tusken Raider's going to keep respawning. You see the 22 dots right over here? Obviously, I tried to go for kicks first, but he revives anyway. So I think I tried killing Cody because he's really scary with his AoEs. So there you go. Cody goes down, trying to at least remove these buffs as best as I can. Over here, calling to assist. I think you got to be a little careful if your Tusken Warrior gets a little too low. So I did have Tusken Warrior at 7. I think if I had a Kron with better stats, like some survivability, I'd be even in better shape. But I think the Kron I had was like 39% armor pen, only on the level 2. Like, again, the Kron only had a level 3 max. There's nothing past 4, 5, 6, or 7. So I think this is pretty good value because obviously Tuskens are really annoying in 3v3. Their viability has gone down, more and more down as new marquee characters get released. But if you bring them on offense and you're worried about a focused Datacron without going too expensive, I think this is pretty good value. Their Captain Rex had a Datacron or an Omicron. It's a maxed out focused Datacron. I think the value here is very, very good. So it does take a little bit of time. We got down to the 4-minute mark remaining, or 3-minute. There was 2 minutes remaining, so I was actually fine. But not a bad value. I want to showcase that battle. Next up, we have Baylan on defense with his maxed out focus Datacron. This one is at Relic 7, but even if it was at Relic 9, I don't think it's going to make a difference. I ended up going with Jabba. Jabba with a very basic, only level 3 Datacron. As you're going to see right over here, only level 3. I think it was Dark Side 25% Term Meter in the beginning. And I don't even think that was necessary, honestly. It just works out the same exact way. Land your thermals, put the disarm on Baylan, kill Shin Hati. She does a lot of damage. She's going to go in damage immunity for a second. You get to remove her buffs when you can. I don't think you're in any real danger. And the thing with Jabba is, if you set Jabba on defense, it opens him up to Wampa. Not saying Wampa's going to be 100% of a counter, but if your Jabba's getting soloed by Wampa, it's not really good value for you, and it's going to be a win for your opponent. So for the most part, if you're worried about your Jabba getting soloed, he's a pretty good asset this season on offense against Baylan. So it's a full banner win. Can't go wrong with that. Now, next up, next thing I tested, the 3v3 Stormtrooper Luke squad. Double Omicron, maxed out focus Datacron. Very scary. Way better than I thought it would be originally. And I see a lot of good players applying it. So what I thought was, okay, I have a 4-star Darth Vader dual Zen with 2 Omicrons. I do have the focus Datacron on offense. Let me give it a shot. I'm not sure if you guys consider this good value, but I kind of like the way it played out a little bit. She can ignore protection. So the good thing about this is that we have really good health recovery with Palpatine's lead, because every time we apply a debuff, we get to heal, which is great. So the banner situation is not going to be as bad as you think, because if they ignore your protection, this team doesn't have a lot of high protection recovery, but if they hit your health, we have great ways of recovering health. So really a big fan of it. I just don't know if you guys consider this good value compared to the two, because you're going with they do have a lot of Omicrons. We have 2 Omicrons as well. Theirs is specifically for 3v3, ours isn't, but we have a level 15 focus Datacron. That's the thing. Maybe the value of putting him on offense might not be as good as defense, but at least we have somewhat of an answer for Stormtrooper Luke if you wanted to deal with him this season. So that ended up being a 56 banner win, which is really good value with efficiency. Next up, we have the Wookies. The Wookies, and I guess I'm showcasing Great Mother's doing special damage because I wanted to showcase the Kron. Only a level 3 Datacron. Pretty sure it was a Dark Side 25% Term Meter Kron with a little bit of Resistance Pen. So I wanted to see if Great Mother's did special damage. She did, so the Resistance Pen was benefiting her. This felt a little overkill to me, but at the same time, I kept my Treya on defense to try to see if I can get some holds with the Nihilist Focus Datacron. So I was like, you know what? Maybe Great Mother's here. Give it a shot. So maxed out Wookiee Focus Datacron with Yoda and Chewie. 1 Relic 8. And I think this one was an absolute breeze. I put the Doomed on Yoda and Chewie. And here I put the Blessed on Morgan, because I thought, you know what? Their max health is going to dwindle as quickly as, they take as many turns because they constantly losing HP. Let me make sure Morgan survives. I don't think I need the damage from Spirit. It's all about utility and just surviving until their HP gets lowered. So I think putting the Blessed on Morgan was a really good move here. No real threat. I don't think they're as dangerous as they would be in 5v5. But over here, you can see the HP is lowering. Spirit's hitting just as hard. That was the Kron that I was working with. So over here, Clone Wars Chewie is the last target. And a couple more hits. And there you go. Full banner win. Very nice. Next up, Aphra, IG-90, BT-1 Omicron, IG-90 Datacron. I went with Bo-Katan. I wanted to see if Bo-Katan can still get this done, because Aphra goes into stealth, and that can cause some issues. So I went with a 25% Term Meter Kron for light side to make sure I can get out ahead, and also some crit damage as a stat, which I think is very nice, because I was able to blow her up immediately. So here, I'm able to outrun her after her first move. Go for the burning, do the mass swarm on Aphra. She gets pretty low. I have pretty good critical damage. I go for a basic, one-shots her. Insane. Very nice. And those are the stats that I was working with. So Paz Vizsla is actually doing a lot of work here, which is nice. Look at all the damage. It just really is a good counter. Problem with Bo is that the banner recovery is not that good. It's a 55. I'll take it. This one, I know you guys missed it for a second. It's Dark Trooper Moff Gideon with Scout Trooper and Moff Gideon. I'm using Malik, Malgus, and Bastila Fallen with I think an IG-90 Datacron, because I was running out of Dark Side Kron, so I had the Focus Datacron. This got a little scary in the beginning because Bastila got really low. But I think if you guys have Darth Revan on offense, it'll be even easier. You gotta practically just make sure you keep Moff Gideon feared. Kill Dark Trooper Moff Gideon as fast as you can, because he can revive the enemy team. So over here, I'm trying to, just get him down as quickly as I can. Moff Gideon goes down, but I got to be careful because he can bring him back. So I'm continuing the onslaught onto Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Now, Scout Trooper's annoying with the revives. He's gaining health and protection every, with Terminator gains or something like that. There's something in his kit that's doing that. But you practically just wait for your big hits from Malgus and Malik. So if you guys are worried about seeing Dark Trooper Moff Gideon on defense this season, the 2 Baldy Sith Lords are going to be your definite answer for it, because I'm telling you, Malgus's value on offense is incredible. It's always so important. I was testing a bunch of different stuff against it that wasn't working, so I eventually just said Malgus is going to be the way to go. Now, next up was this one is going to be Inquisitors. Inquisitor Barriss with 9th Sister and 2nd Sister. So I was completely out of Datacrons. I didn't have enough for the account. So I said, you know what? Let's just try without a Datacron. I think if you guys are facing this, it's an Omicron and high Datacron. Not Relic 9 or 10 though, but they get Death Mark. That's the best part about this, because she's going to cleanse her with a heal. That's Death Mark right there. Boom. Over here, I'm going. She cleanses herself there. That's going to give her a Death Mark. So if you guys are concerned about taking out Inquisitor Barriss, there are cleanses on the team. That's very nice to have. And again, I was testing out a bunch of stuff that wasn't working, but this one worked pretty well. I think in the previous season, I was able to get General Skywalker to work very well against Inquisitor Barriss, but I don't know what the Focus Datacron, what that's going to look like, but that is going to be the beginning set of counters for the season. I still have to record my main account. We have a long season ahead, a lot more to find out, but hopefully this video can help you in the interim for your first round matches or even the second. So if you guys found this useful and you're going to use one of these counters in your next GAC battles, leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. On the road to 10,000 subs, guys. Who wants to see me get there? So may the Force be with you all. Good luck in GAC, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.